capacity and of course, what hasn't?
Yeah, thank you. So I think from a tribe perspective, I'll speak both on behalf of Bridgestone as well as my colleagues in the industry. From the SATMC point of view, we, with regards to the size of the market in South Africa, you speak about maybe 10, 11 million tires annually that are circulating in the market. Local capacity, they're about 45% of that volume, and even within the local capacity in tires, maybe you say 30-40% of it will go to the OEMs, and so even less and less of the local capacity goes into the OEMs. So what you see is how much of the local capacity in tire manufacturing actually goes into the aftermarket space. And not only how much of that volume goes into the aftermarket space, but how big is the aftermarket space as a proportion of what we supply from a local point of view. So already the market itself is by volume dominated by what we call tier 2, tier 3 imported products. Now, what you see in that is that most of the, I'll call it external manufacturers, to get into our market, looking at it as what we call a premium market, a market that's dominated by a fairly tier 1 car park, tier 2 car park, and so they look at our market as some sort of a premium market which they will want to get their products into. One is that for them to get here, they need to do some form of channel development, market development. And what we've seen is that part of the strategy has been to dump product in our market as a way to open up this market for their products. And what we've seen in the past 5 years, we identified that very, very early. And we acted swiftly on it, spoke with the regulators. But as you know, regulation takes time to get implemented. Now, in a market environment, that time is just enough time needed for channels to be developed, for our shelf space to be eroded by the dumped product in the market. And so while we've been successful in sort of lobbying government to put in measures of anti-dumping duties on its products, the time has been such that we've lost shelf space. The time has been such that channels have been developed that already create a flow through of these products. And I think while we grapple with that environment, we've been able to sustain ourselves, at least from a local point of view, and thanks to the support that we get from the local OEMs, we've been able to some extent, invest in capacity that puts us in a competitive space for us to be able to continue to support the local aftermarket space. The second point which I sort of want to make with regards to